This is like the fourth time I'm trying to make this stupid video to how to change these LEDs in the camper. What happened is every time I put the phone down, I touch something and it stops recording. Then somebody calls and it stops recording. So now we're in airplane mode, yada, 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 all good. This LED was burnt out, as you could see. See that? I don't know why it burnt out, but if you have this kind of LED, look at those numbers on there. See that? And this is what the back looks like. Now, I'm going to show you the new ones that replace this were just fantastic. That company came out with a new set. Now, look at the comparison. Old, new. Look at the LED difference. And the LEDs look the same, but there's twice as many. Now, I just hope it doesn't have the same burnout problem, but this is the new one that I put up. Okay? It fits right in the same way the old one did. Okay? Now, you could call the company, order them direct. Now, I got red splices, red butt splices, and a real crimper, like an Ideal. Don't buy those piece of crap crimpers that you get at the auto parts store for $6. Get a real set of crimpers. Now, look how bright that is. Now, I'm going to, even though it's still good, I'm going to change. I'll change this one over here. Now you can see how dull it is. I don't even think there's any burnt out. Now here's how the bulb comes out. Shouldn't say bulb, LED. They're not burnt out. And now this is going to be kind of hot, possibly. That I know the new one gets real hot. You don't even have to stretch these out, but you kind of pop it out with your hand. They come out. And then you pull the wire. There will be room on that wire. Pull as much as you can. Get out of there. Now, if that hole doesn't look big enough, you're going to want to get your crimps up in there. So if that hole doesn't look big enough, do something about it now. Don't do it later. Do it now. You know, I mean, if I was smart, I would actually take the whole light down, which I should do. I should just unscrew these 3 screws. I mean, you know, to do it the right way, does it take that much? I think that's what I should do. And what I did was I spliced it on the outside and pushed it up. You know what? Maybe I'll take the light down. Let's see if I can place this camera in a way. Oh, here we go again, where it shuts off on me. Now you might have, there's really no way to place this thing. Wait, maybe in here. Maybe here. If this thing falls over on me. All right, now, you might be able to watch. Now I'm going to take my screwdriver, my screw gun, and I'm going to take it out of the ceiling. I didn't do the first one that way. But you know what? It's a learning curve for all of us. Let's see what it looks like up there. It looks like a Phillips. Very easy, very little pressure. Take the 3 screws out. And there'll probably be some insulation and probably about 4 inches of space. Okay, and there's insulation up there. I'm putting my screws in the lens of the old light so I don't lose it. Oh, look at this, nice. Now I am not gonna undo those cute little crimps that they have. I am gonna, again, cut my wires. Let me get mine all butt spliced and ready. I'm gonna butt splice mine together. And I'm gonna cut their wires not too short because that LED that they have there is actually pretty decent. So I'm not gonna destroy that LED. That's gonna be a backup because it's still functioning. See? Still works. That'll be a backup LED. So let me cut it here. Give myself a little bit of room. And here, and they're not going to bump each other. Alright, now, the LED comes right out. See? Now I put this over here for those with that one I know is good. Push the wires back through the hole so you don't have to deal with it with a crimp on there like I did the last one. And you know, I could even put it in its place while I have it unheated. I don't remember how it went. Was it the corners, the flat sides? I think the flat sides went in. Wow, it's a tough little thing to get caught in there. But you really do want to get that caught because if you don't catch this in there, this light got hot. So I don't want to chance this thing getting too. I think it went flat to flat to flat. That's how it went in. Flat to flat to flat. Yeah, that is how it went in. And you don't want to put too much pressure on it either, because you'll bust. I'll bust my new lights I just got. So take your time and do it right. Now it's locked in nice. Okay, and now I can do my splices. I'm gonna butt splice mine first, just to keep it simple. The more I can do on the ground, the better. This happens to be a 2016 Keystone 340FL. But most of your Keystones will have this kind of light. In fact, most of your new campers will have this kind of light. I'm also probably going to put a little wisp of tape around here. I mean, I'm twisting the ends of these wires before they go into the butt splice, so there should be no fraying. But you know what? At my old age, if I'm not seeing a little bit of fraying, it's not worth chancing it. I also use the wire stripper, because do these one at a time, because you don't want to take a chance of them crossing each other. I have the power on, which is a mistake. So I also like to do the neutral first, although it doesn't matter on the 12-volt system, I guess. All right, now let's get this crimp. Now you're not using the side of the crimper with the bump in it, because these are insulated crimps. I don't really have to use tape at all, really. But I'm just thinking about doing that only because if there's a little piece of fray, you know what? A camper, this thing could go up in a second, right? I mean, they're made of this. Who knows what's in that ceiling? All right, let's do this. Now, and just follow color to color, black to black, white to white. I'm assuming, well, gee, you know, it's funny. Yeah, I can't even tell you which one's the hot one, actually. Because, I mean, you know, in electrical work, we would use the white, would be the hot. I mean, would be the neutral. And the black would be the hot in your house. But in an automobile, the black is the ground. So now, I'm not sure which one they made hot. I'm going to measure that later. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at the green wire coming out of the ceiling. That should tell me. See? That should tell me right there that the black one is actually green. So when I said I like to tie the neutral, there is basically no neutral, but the closest thing would have been the greens. I did it completely backwards as far as that goes. Now, that's 2 down, and it was very quick. Now let's tuck this up in the ceiling, nicey nice. I hope you could hear me over that stupid air conditioner, which is something I didn't even think about. I was happy because I installed that myself too. I should have made that another video. You know what, guys? Don't be scared of installing that air conditioner. It was really nothing. The hardest part was getting it on top of the camper. And once you do that, I mean, if you have a vent, I shouldn't say that. If you have a vent up there, it goes very easy. Very easy. And I happen to have a vent up there. So you just take out your vent, and then you got to strip down all that, you know, ceilings up there so it's flat. Should do a good job. Okay, cover's going back on. It looks clean in there, so I don't have to clean it. Oh, that's nice. Look how bright that is. Now let's do a comparison if the video is still playing. And it is. Okay. Now let's look back. Okay, there's that one. There's your factory one behind it. Do you notice a difference? Well, that's not even a fair comparison. Let's do it the other way, because that one is kind of dull. There's obviously something up with that. Look at those two. That one, that one. Here, let's do it from dead center of the two of them. If I can get them both in there. Okay, now, this one, new LED, brighter. That one's the old LED. Now, you could see the reflection on the slide out. The problem is, it's, you know, that one's really in front of the light. That one's kind of only half. But, I mean, that is some brightness difference. That's a new one, old one. Oh, actually, there's a perfect comparison. See how that's lighting up that side? Let's look at this one. It's lighting it up pretty good, but you know what? There's a big difference in the lighting in here. Look at that. I'm going to change those other two. Like I said, that's an old one. All right, listen. I hope this helped anybody that's looking to change the LEDs. Contact the company. Don't be scared of them. It's easy to do. It's 12 volts. It looks like black was your ground, is what it looked like, although I didn't test it with a meter. White was the hot leg. Just go color to color, and you should be fine if you stick with the same company, and that's what I did. Now I'm going to change that dull one out over there. You can see the difference. Look at that. Although this one might have something burnt out in there. Let's look. Let's see. Nope, they're all lit. I'm so much happier with the new. I hope that helps somebody.